Hello, and welcome to the Afterburner. Sam had the idea for the pithy title. We're doing a little bonus content because we felt like we had a lot more to say about horse cum.
Yeah.
So
well, okay, you had a lot more to say about horse cum. I had a lot more to hear about horse cum.
Yeah, your greedy little ears couldn't wait to.
Look. I'm not gonna say that like my favorite erotic fiction is based around fucking horses, but it's certainly not based around centaurs.
No, of course we're not gonna hire you. You're a dirty, dirty centaur.
You like this picture of this ass? I don't know. It was a horse.
We also noted that we should have just left the board and played some wraparound because we do occasionally do that for ourselves.
Yeah,
it would have been a good time too. Yeah, we just
we're far enough in that we'll
expose you to our dirty habits.
Yeah, I think we're comfortable with we've played enough that we've started to sort of house rule a couple of things, and one of them is playing wraparound. We may get around to that in a future episode.
Yeah. So, the thing about the vet school, you would, pull up to the parking lot behind the cafeteria, the kind of, commons area, because that was also where some of the stables were, and, those, little horse, the things that you, tie a horse to. So it'd be, an in-heat female in front of a male horse, and all these, students wearing helmets running around with, specimen samples trying not to get kicked. While this, horny horse just, pumps the air frantically. And you're supposed to just walk by this and not laugh like it's a normal thing.
It's tater tot day.
Yeah, ooh, the cafe's still open. Well,
I mean...
I feel like that's a horse rape station, but they do, catch the dick before anything makes contact.
I feel like that's set up that way specifically because, somebody somewhere had the brilliant idea...
We should share this.
Well, no, you know what gets people's appetites going? Fucking.
You know what'll whet my appetite?
Yeah. The person
that big floppy horse cock. Have you seen a horse cock in person?
Oh, I've seen a horse cock in person.
Jesus Christ. It is insane.
Yeah, it looks like a big old pink arm.
So the time that we were at Assateague with our dog, and we went there specifically because they allow dogs on the beach, and we wanted to take Penny to the beach, which she hated. She would get to the water and start paddling before she even touched it.
At shore while we were carrying her into the water.
Shelly would go in the water and Penny would be sitting there
don't do it.
Yeah, get out of there. Stuff that can eat you. You're not supposed to be in there. It's the wrong environment. Yeah. We don't belong there.
You know, I imagine that horse cum is the consistency of and
have you seen
color
the new
pudding?
Ghostbusters? It looks like the slime they use. When that horse...
I'll have to watch it again.
Okay, so basically, we're trying to leave, and we stop. We're like, oh, there's a crowd. Oh, there's horses. Oh, those horses are about to fuck. I, literally called it. I'm like, oh, no, that horse is about to fuck. And he just, mounts the female horse in front of everyone and starts going to town. People are taking pictures.
No shame.
People are laughing. We can't go because, we have to stop. All these horses fuck in the middle of the road. Yeah. And the whole time, our dog is just screaming, what's happening? I need the dog.
Dog noises.
God.
Yeah, and these horses are just
and that didn't
fucking...
put the horse off his fuck rhythm?
I think we actually had the windows up to save, all the bystanders from the screaming dog in the car.
Yeah, exhibition.
She was a bully mix,
right.
I adopted her.
35 pounds. Little lady.
Yeah, she was a little lady.
Yeah.
Daddy's a princess.
Yeah, she was Daddy's little princess. Brian does not like it when his daughter would call him Daddy.
No, I have a strict no daddy rule.
The cats say
Daddy's
it too.
for the bedroom.
Nope. No, absolutely not. For others, I'm not king shaming. For me personally, because when I was a little kid, I called my dad Daddy until I was about 8, and then
that's gross.
I decided it was something about it felt weird. I was like, he's Dad now.
Yeah.
And now I mostly call him Dad, sometimes by his Christian name. If I need to get his attention.
We all call my dad Daddy.
I found it.
Ryan hates it.
But when this horse came, there was an audible ew from like all the bystanders, and there were people with kids. People were using it as that moment, like, well, let's learn about the birds and the bees, little Jimmy. Like,
look
you
at
know,
him biting
was
her
like
neck with his big old horse teeth,
spilling out of the horse crevice.
Oh, yeah.
Like just like
they're the creamiest pies.
A deluge of the creamiest pies. Well, I will never enjoy a Boston cream pie again. Thank
it's
you.
It's like inside out bukkake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was very much like hey, we're gonna beat the world record of bukkake.
I wanted to say this is the Juicy Jack, but like I had smoked the lemon OG Kush
which
out
we
of
had
a
earlier
bowl.
in the Mighty.
Yeah, and it was very citrusy, and out of the Mighty, doubly so. So bright, so vibrant. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that is
the Juicy
really...
Jack's fine. Like I feel like the high is good. Like the taste is.
I'm really interested in trying the Juicy Jack through the Mighty.
Vapor, the vapor.
And I actually something that
sorry, Shelly, this is not super inclusive.
Well, something
you don't smoke
that we'll have in future episodes as well. I also just recently purchased a new vape from Puff It Up.
Yeah.
So I've got the Boundless
Yeah, you were really
Terra.
looking forward to using that, and we might be switching formats slightly. We're talking about getting a camera, so it'll actually be in HD.
Yeah, we know
like
that the video quality.
Someone like smarter than us said, "Well, why don't you just use a camera?" And we were like, "Oh, that would actually solve some of our storage issues and our quality issues." So,
well, tell you why, Scott. We're dumb.
Yeah, thanks, Scott, for pointing out we're morons.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Like,
so we've got some
we might have some toys to play with next time.
And you guys might be taking the show on the road for an episode.
Yeah, we're taking a cross-country trip.
We may do a road show.
We might try and see
antiques.
if some like strangers we meet at like the events we're going to would want to sit down and play a board game with us and smoke some weed.
Yeah, I feel like everything about that says rape and kill.
Well, no, not strangers. Like I mean, like if we like end up hanging out with some like people at like the festival or something, and be like, hey, do you want to come back to our hotel room and smoke
right? Yeah,
weed?
like that.
That does okay.
That
it does.
proposition sounds like saying to somebody, hey. How would you like to come to a secondary location?
I'm used to stuff like Otakon or like.
That's Baltimore people.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's
friendly people.
You're all in hotel rooms for this thing, so like there's kind of an air of it's a little less weird. The gaming con that our friends are involved with, Magfest. Yeah, like going to that with. Like, we had a code name for smoking weed in our hotel room, which was taking a shit, because we would all huddle and
anybody
want to
take a shit together?
Yeah, so...
And there was actually, because the
we would go take a shit
we would go, like, tap our friend on the shoulder and be like, I need to take a shit, and, like, but,
would
like...
you care to join me?
We would, like, asking people, like, hey, do you want to come back to a hotel room and smoke a little weed, play a little Magic the Gathering, or, like, come play video games, because most of us bought consoles, because it's a... gaming convention and the stuff on the floor is often occupied.
Well, I was gonna say I've never been, but I know that the rooms get split like 30 fucking ways. So I imagine that.
Oh yeah, we had like 7 people in a room, including someone in a tent. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, no. So I imagine that the reason taking a shit was the code word is because somebody was sleeping in the toilet.
Yeah.
Nobody was actually taking a shit in there.
Yeah. No. It's because we were all going to go occupy the bathroom for about an hour while we. Like crowded 13 people in there and smoked weed. It was ridiculous. I'll never forget someone who was using their joint machine in the tub with like 2 other people in the tub with them, just like.
See, that was our generation stuffing people into a phone booth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just like that Ryan forgot his Magic the Gathering cards at the hotel. And I
forgot about that.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is great. You going away for a weekend, house to myself, and like I don't have to drive. Like I'm home alone. And then it was like I forgot my Magic cards. And then
Well, my Magic cards also had my weed and my piece in like one of the boxes. I left 2 of the boxes empty and like used it as camouflage. Well, yeah.
But I had to fucking drive.
She drove back in like an hour.
That's why
to maybe get
they got it out of the room and held it at the concierge. It was a very classy hotel. I think I can say at this point the Gaylord. They held my Magic the Gathering. Yeah, they had a delightful Christmas display still up because it took place around New Year's and it was very pretty and I had a very fun time with a bunch of friends at MagFest.
Nice.
I finished 1.5 of the Game of Thrones books in my time at MagFest because a lot of the stuff on the floor was at the time broken. Like the arcade cabinets were either broken or the consoles were broken or like the cartridges like shorted out. So like I found myself reading in the room a lot and I had a fantastic time. Anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of dank ass weed, we went and saw Alanis Morissette the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was fucking.
When he says we, you
Yes.
Yeah,
do.
Shelly and
Yeah.
I,
We saw
and
it.
like someone fired up. I mean, like it hit the air, and I could immediately tell like that's good.
Well,
weed.
where'd you see her?
We went and saw her at Wolf Trap.
Okay,
I'd
so
never
it's
been.
Virginia.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd never been. It's a
and
cool
we-
venue and a
we-
cool
illegal
idea.
state.
Yeah, very.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we
People
should
did.
say like our state is decriminalized, but
Yes.
we are now medical dispensaries are popping up.
Yeah, they're everywhere. now.
There's one that I pass on the way to work like every day.
Which I like to judge as like filthy potheads. Anytime you see someone making that
Jesus.
turn into
Yeah.
the thing, it's pretty fun. But you know, Alanis
Yeah, they
Morissette.
sparked up some dank shit though.
Yeah.
I mean, I could tell as soon as it hit the air. I was like, "That's good fucking weed."
Yeah.
And I was immediate. I left my vaporizer, I had my distillate with me, and like this is Jack Harrer. I think it's what I took with me, and although it might have been the blue pomegranate, but
Weed.
I still had blue pomegranate
Okay.
distillate
Weed.
that you didn't get last
Yeah,
time
yeah.
I got for us.
Yeah.
But I left it in the car because I was afraid they might do a pat down because I saw them checking purses from where we parked. Did not even check,
Yeah.
didn't care. I saw someone smoking a cigarette even though it's part of a national forest, so that's a huge no-no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't tell if Alanis was like high herself or just a fan of her own music.
You're so
'Cause
close to
She
DC.
knew about 90% of her own lyrics.
Yeah, and she was also she was like wilding
She's
out.
getting
She
into
was
it.
like her stage performance was a little odd. She kept charging past the drummer, like doing kind of a wind up move and charging past the drummer. I fucking love Jagged Little Pill. It was like a seminal album in my
Beautiful.
like early youth.
One of the best
Like-
rock albums of the 90s.
Yeah. It was
I might
pretty-
technically classify that as a pop album because there's a lot of like slower songs and stuff that like is like a little more radio friendly. Ironic, I think, is very radio friendly and not super rocky.
Don't you think?
It has rocky edges to it, but I would still call it a pop album. Just because it was angsty doesn't mean it wasn't a pop album.
Fair enough. I personally I classify it as a rock album. I believe it is classified as a rock album, or at
Oh yeah, we could probably
Or
Google
like
it. We
some
won't.
form
We
of
could
fun.
Google
Yeah.
it, but we won't.
We're just gonna be like, man, we love Alanis.
I'm sure it would
Morissette."
probably be classified as rock. Now that you mention it, if I had to guess.
I don't know.
If
I'm
I
trying
went
to-
if I went to an album store,
I'm not a
if
musicologist.
those still existed. No, you were not.
Yeah, no, I didn't even own musicology.
Also, you mentioned the newer Ghostbusters, and Sam was saying that he likes to hear about horse semen.
Yes.
I just imagine you with like a picture of you playing horse semen and then listening to horse semen. If you haven't seen the female Ghostbusters, you should, because otherwise.
No, actually,
I didn't get that, and I just watched it with you. So
Oh, no, because the guy Thor is in the movie.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, he has like even more of a haircut.
Yeah, I've seen
And
it.
there's a picture of he has like 2 pictures of him topless, where he's like playing the saxophone
Yeah.
and then he's listening to the saxophone.
Yeah.
So he just has it up against his ear, and
Yeah.
so that's immediately what I just imagined was you with a bucket of
the fans at Alanis Morissette were
interesting.
there were a lot of people kind of like singing in like a mocking fashion. Everyone was super drunk.
Wolf Trap.
Space was at a
People
premium,
were-
and people were like being kind of like pushy. It was. I've been to a lot of like lawn shows, so it wasn't like super terrible for me.
Yeah.
Shelley
There was
kind of
there
like-
was one guy who decided to add his own little bop like reggae type tones to like. Some
Yeah,
of
he
her
was giving
songs.
everything a little reggae
Oh, that's
twist.
a weird choice.
Yeah.
That is not the right
Yeah.
venue for that.
I almost pulled for my sister, but then I was like, no, don't fight with a complete stranger at a music show. It's gonna
What,
probably end badly.
were you
I wanted
like
to.
looking to see what kind of food situation he had and what
what I could
yeah,
splash
see if
in
you
his
could like
face.
or like see if you could fist his hot dog, you
yeah,
know?
and I was like his microbrew or whatever.
Yeah.
He had no fucking...
I mean, what are the odds he had rotisserie chicken, too?
Cranky loves her beer! Cranky loves her beer!
Yeah. No, I did contemplate, I did say to Ryan at one point, I was like, man, I just love how at every show, people talk during the opening band, but then when the actual musician shows up that you paid a lot of money for, you, like, respectfully just observe. There was no opening band, it was just Alanis, so that was as crazy
Very
as
passive-aggressive.
Oh, yeah, no, it was. The other...
Oh, are you talking about when you poke them with the umbrella?
Oh, what I did was I sat down, and then my umbrella slowly started to get into their area of space, and like casually bump the girl's leg until they just kind of moved away. I was very proud of myself.
So you used what I'm going to call the Brella boner.
Yeah, I used to.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Yeah, well,
Umbrella
because
boner.
that's the, like, you brush a boner up against people, they move.
Yeah, because it's fucking awkward and
In
sexual
my
harassment. Stop
experience,
putting your boner on me.
Well, then get the fuck out of my way.
I got a boner situation here. This is a fucking boner emergency. I'm warning everyone. Get out of the way.
There's.
You gotta make the horny horse noises though.
You've only got so many.
Coming buckets.
You've only got so many ways to let people know that you're coming through.
I'm coming through my pants. I'm coming buckets. This is a boner emergency. Like, I am going to ruin these pants with cum. I can't help it. I don't even know what I'm aroused by.
Pants and shoes.
Yeah, it is. I actually think that the alien probe accidentally stimulated my prostate, and that's why this is happening.
Look, I don't know. The point is...
I picture you're on the subway, so you have to be a weirdo, too.
This is the
Afterburner!
This is where we burn it down afterwards.
Didn't you mention that Jimmy Pop tried to kiss you when you were a minor at a different concert?
Whoa, hold on. Now, to be fair, the whole point of that story was you snuck in to a 21 and over
Well, she
concert.
was coerced into sneaking in by her sister, but she wanted to go to the concert.
Jimmy Pop,
much like all of us, she was at one point a Bloodhound fan.
Jimmy Pop Ali could reasonably expect that she was of a.
It was an 18 or over.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure I was like wearing like my like minor league soccer T-shirt or something.
Well, you were also wearing a giant bonnet and licking an oversized lollipop and like.
I'm so lost, mister.
Yeah, I was like, this is the best 17th birthday ever, and he was like, do you want a sloppy drunk kiss from Jimmy Pop? I'm from Pennsylvania.
You ever had a man's tongue on your cheek?
Yeah, I know. I rejected it.
Yeah, she rejected it. And I believe he was.
Declined.
Yeah, I believe he was cool about it, from what I understand. He wasn't pushy.
No, he wasn't pushy. But I did.
You got to sing "Kiss Me Where It Smells Funny" on mic.
I did. And Evil Jared offered me a shot of Jägermeister, which I politely declined, and
because
I was booed.
Good
yeah,
girl.
rightfully so, you were booed, but yeah, you don't really drink often, very rarely and very little when you do. So.
When I do.
And especially underage, I feel like you would be like, hey, they're gonna find out. Like you're.
I was close to 22 before.
Shelley has a theory: snitches are the unsung heroes of history.
Yes.
So she's like, she is afraid of everything. That's why she doesn't smoke weed. She's afraid the paranoia will get to her.
Edward Snowden is like definitely our like fearless leader. He was the ultimate
don't say "r" because unless you got a mouse in your pocket, you ain't speaking for me.
I just want to.
I made a bunch of
snitch.
crazy declarative statements.
Yeah, I was gonna
in the last episode that I don't actually have like strong feelings on, so I just wanna.
I was gonna reiterate that
I'm trying to reel it back a little this episode.
The views and opinions expressed in board and baked products are not necessarily those of the participants.
Ours.
Yeah, like they're not even necessarily our own opinions. We're just trying to be silly.
Yeah, we definitely like to.
I stick by almost everything I say.
Well, you had any crazy concert incidents? Like I personally remember one. I went to see Flogging Molly with our friend Ned on St. Patrick's weekend, and there was like a guy like slam dancing to even the songs that were not slam danceable.
Flogging Molly's slow dancing.
I feel like
songs?
Flogging Molly is more of a like pogo or like kind of like setting.
Pogoing, you mean just hopping up and down?
The British tradition of hopping up and down, politely staying in your own
dance
space
white
at a
people
show.
can do.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure. And so the guy is like slam dancing and just like
Right.
smacking our friend who, like, as I think we both know, has had anger issues in the past that
Yes.
he's gotten a pretty good handle on. But
Yeah.
like, this guy repeatedly punching him in the side was not doing anything. So I like kind of moved Ned out of the way and just took the brunt of it and ignored the guy. And then all of a sudden there was just silence. There was nothing there. Oh, also intermittently making out with his super gothy girlfriend, like.
Ned was?
No,
or
no,
this dude was?
this dude was.
Okay.
When he wasn't slam dancing, he would stop to
Ned
like
was making out
drunken.
with this dude's girlfriend?
No, he would stop to drunkenly
It's
make
hot.
out with his girlfriend, like the tongue outside of the mouth, like licking. Once again, not kink shaming. If that's how you make out, that do what you do, boo. But like,
Hey, baby, you ever had a man's tongue on your cheek?
like
I have.
not just that,
I
but
have,
like
Jimmy
right
Pops.
right under your nose, like just like grazing the bottom of your nose, like so, like. He would like make out with her, slam dance, make out, and so like I moved Ned over. He got to enjoy the show a little more. I took the brunt, and then there was just silence. There was nothing, and I looked over, and security just had him by like the neck and arm, and he was just fighting so hard. Apparently, everyone else had complained.
Nice.
And like I just looked over, and he was just violently drug out while his girlfriend screamed and cried. And like I'm not taking complete joy in it because I feel like it really like his drunken behavior unfortunately ruined her night, but like you know, it was a little bit of Schadenfreude, and
fuck
like
that dude.
yeah, fuck him. Like,
Are you saying that snitches are the unsung hero of that day?
I guess I am. Holy
Yeah.
shit!
I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have any good concert stories? Any crazy?
Oh, Jesus. Not really. Like,
I feel like we're kind of like doing wrap up from the other show too, because it was the whole Smash Mouth thing.
Afterburner.
Afterburner.
No, like, I'm not a huge concert goer.
I gotta put this down because like my throat is so raw.
Okay, yeah. It's,
Ooh, baby, I like it.
no, like, I've been to a handful of really cool concerts, like...
That was the lamest way to say that, though.
Well, okay, like, for instance, last year I went to the March for Science in D.C.
Oh, yeah, you went
which
and saw...
happened to be the same day as the Cannabis Fest in D.C.
That's dope.
So I made a day of it and saw Talib Kweli
And unfortunately,
perform.
you asked like 3 different people, and none of us could go because we all had... I was working. Another friend of ours, I believe, was also doing some sort of work thing.
Well, actually, the one friend ended up giving me the tickets
To the Cannabis
She got the
Fest,
tickets to the
yeah.
Cannabis Fest and then couldn't go.
Yeah, and you were already going to the March for Science.
Yeah, and I was like, well, fuck, all right, yeah. But so, yeah, like, but that wasn't crazy. I mean, it was a little crazy going to a concert and, like, everyone's smoking a blunt.
Yeah, that's,
like,
that's sweet.
I
On the mall.
I borrowed a PAX
It's
2.
a strange feeling for this area, you know, like people smoking weed at like concerts and festivals that we've been to. Not that strange, especially if you go see like Buffett or Dave Matthews Band or something. Like there's a bunch of weed,
Right.
but openly smoking it without like fear of recompense.
And sheriff's
Bob Marley,
deputies,
that shit.
sheriff's deputies walking around doing security for the event, and people just walk like they're you know not high fiving people, but like
people
they
are
don't give a fuck you're smoking a
people
blunt.
are being polite to them because
Right.
they're not hassling them over some bullshit.
Exactly, and
You
it was Talib Kweli admittedly did chastise the crowd for being low energy, but I feel like everybody was just too stoned.
Yeah, I mean that the fog over that.
How you
place.
guys feeling tonight?
It was a rainy day.
Yay.
He was the headliner, you know.
Nice.
We went and saw Weezer.
Yeah.
And there were the kids behind us screaming,
Fire!
Africa! Africa! And they're like younger than us, so like the first go round of Rains in Africa like couldn't have like been in their social radar. It's the fact that it
Wait a
like,
minute,
came
are they
back.
talking about the Toto song?
Yeah, well, because
Weezer covered it.
Weezer
Oh,
had just had a
okay.
like
Yeah.
cover on the radio.
I had
Which,
not heard that.
when
Oh, yeah.
he did say, like, I feel
actually,
like
Toto
Garman's-
recently covered Hash Pipe
Yeah.
as a response,
cute.
like a
Aw.
polite, cute little
Nice.
response.
Little
Nice.
nod to the
Yeah.
fans there. But
It
yeah.
wouldn't have been my first choice, especially in the vein of Toto's music, but like...
But and then like he's like, well, I feel like we should go somewhere. Anybody know where we should go? And I was just like, Australia! Go to Australia! Oh man, that would have been so amazing
Yeah.
if you could only hear us from like the very back row of the outdoor concert.
Yeah, just they were fucking freaking out. They're Africa. And when I don't even think they stayed for the encore. As soon as they heard Africa, they just fucking shit their pants and left.
Yeah.
They did a cool merge of one of their songs with Green Day's Longview, which was cool.
Okay.
You know, they're big on covers.
Yeah.
Like that's their big thing. We still got this Juicy Jack, by the way.
We're gonna have to finish it because it is the Afterburner.
Afterburner.
As a kid, my parents took me to see Leonard Skinner. That was eye-opening, just seeing like topless women.
Oh, like adults behaving like crazy
lighting
people.
Their beer cups on fire. There was like multiple bonfires. There was lots of arrests. It was a free show. But that was eye-opening. And then I saw Aerosmith like right after September 11th.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he came out and he was just like, "We're gonna get these motherfucking terrorists," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's children at this show. I can't believe Aerosmith said the F word," and I was very.
I actually an ex wanted to. Again, I am not a big concert goer, so I have gone with a bunch of former lovers. So an ex was super into country music and I went to a Toby Keith concert.
Was she into horseplay?
No.
I feel like if you like country music, you should be into like all things cowboy.
Did they make you wear a cowboy hat?
No, Jesus fuck no.
What about boots?
No.
Did she think your tractor's sexy?
No.
Okay.
She would like, you should get a truck.
We had that discussion the other night about people who are sexually attracted to like machines, and like I didn't know it was like stuff like tractors, because when someone said like pistons, I'm like, well, that makes sense because it looks like fucking. Piston. I mean, it's a little sexy. Tractor.
Yeah. Looks violent,
but yeah, it's also like, good. And I get it. Tractors vibrate, but like
slowly.
I don't know. You get those things like, especially an old one. It's like riding on a fucking Sibian and it's jerking you around.
Is that why
like,
the Amish?
You imagine? I've never seen a Sibian.
Well, I hear that's why horses are so popular with ladies. Like, it's an orgasm machine.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they liked them because they had those big eyes.
The episode's just really
we're getting dirty
full circle. So you went to the country music
festival. No, and I mean, like, you want to talk about some over-the-top faux patriotism.
Yeah. Well,
Toby Keith concert, like, you know, Mr. Support our local pub.
I heard
bar.
that Keith Urban actually did a private show.
It was Toby Keith.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing.
They got Keith.
I don't know
can I just make up a horrible rumor? He did a private show
make it up.
for Saddam Hussein, and he was best friends with Osama bin Laden. So
I want to say
pretty sure these are totally accurate.
Beyonce and someone else did a private show for Gaddafi's son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
That shit's crazy.
That's,
I don't give a fuck.
Call me rude boy, would you get to the left.
That's to me. That's hilarious.
Preakness is always a fucking shit show.
Yes.
Yeah, like
that's why I've never been.
I worked a Preakness. I did like catering in a private tent. And I was in charge of the ice cream at the end of the event, and all of the other wait staff. I was 16, maybe 17. I was doing it to get money for like senior week. And like, cause I was like gonna go down and party, like me and my girlfriend were getting a hotel, you know, for the week or whatever. We'd already been dating for a couple years at that point.
No, but it's just cute.
Yeah, and she also actually worked a tent, and we both had a terrible time because it was like rich
Drunk
people but not rich enough to like be like what's considered like classy richy, I guess.
Okay. Like nouveau riche.
Yeah, I don't know. They were just all like really mean assholes. Like, they treated all of the wait staff like shit. Some of them were like had a little bit of basic politeness to them. They could treat you like a human. But like afterwards, I was hit on by a bunch of like adult women.
Oh yeah.
Because I was in control of the ice cream and we weren't supposed to eat anything, but it was like sweltering hot.
I will suck your dick for a Sunday.
Not quite that bad.
Oh, all right.
But, like,
well,
you know,
said hit on.
like light flirting working, and like, you know, what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm going to give them the ice cream because I can't get fired.
Right.
I'm still gonna get paid. Like, I worked a whole day. Like,
you look nice and creamy.
it
16.
Yeah, it was.
Give me a big old
a terrible day. But I did see more nudity that day in public than I adhered to before Ben was
also,
exposed
horse
to.
dick? Was there horse dick at Preakness?
I didn't get to watch any of the races, so there was no horse dick for me. Although some guy from another tent who was like technically our manager let me place a couple of legal bets under him.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't win though.
To be fair, I speaking of working events like that, I was present for and working at 2 HF festivals back in the day.
Oh
And,
shit!
Like, you want to talk about a fucking monsoon of people. That was the first place where I'm like 99% sure that was the first place where I smelled weed in public.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and I was stationary, and I was just like working.
There were like hazes going around. Especially one of those. I don't know if it was the concert you worked. I went to an HF festival where Cypress Hill played.
I don't think I went to that one.
That was awesome. Like,
no, I don't.
And actually, the same one. And like, I'm not advocating anyone listen to these people, but I might have been into them in my youth. The Cottonmouth Kings like played like the other stage.
Oh, that's not the worst thing in the world.
I still like. I still have a soft spot for the Cottonmouth Kings.
At least that.
I didn't want you to be like, yeah, and then I was rocking out to Creed.
No, oh God, no. Fuck no. I always found their music pretentious, and I never had a like. There were a lot of people I knew who was like, "It's good," and I was like, "No, fuck them."
Yeah.
Like,
I got to see. It was either Red Hot Chili Peppers or the Foo Fighters in a Tower Records parking lot. Like they played like. I got to
see the Chili Peppers at one of the HF festivals. That was a great show, and Rage Against the Machine the following year.
I had to sit in my mom's minivan while my sister got to like go up to like the stage and stuff. But
okay.
I mean, I was
because
that sounds like a bummer.
It was cool though, you know. I mean, just like having my mom just being like, "Your sister better not end up mosh pitting. She could have a concussion." And I was like, "Yeah, she could. She could."
Worry, yeah. That's why you're a snitch.
Yeah.
Because of the HF festivals that I worked at, because I was working, we could you could pick and choose what you could see. So I ended up getting lucky enough on the draw to catch Kanye West performing.
Oh shit! That would have been in his prime too.
Yeah, this was Gold Digger.
Yeah, yeah.
That was his big song, and I also got to see Joan Jett perform.
Fuck yes,
with her delightful mesh top and
delightful.
I mean, it like I feel like if you're our age and into cool music and you don't have a crush on Joan Jett, you are a heartless automaton.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like male or female, she is. I mean, you know, like if you are male or female and you don't have a crush on Joan Jett, you're a heartless. automaton.
No, she's an amazing person and
a great performer, so smart, like fucking
beautiful. Yeah, in every way. Yeah.
Talented.
Not like Kanye West. He did some good songs back in the day.
Oh yeah, his shit was hot.
And then he very, very quickly went crazy and has just gone crazier.
But here's the thing. Not like more so than that, his music has gotten. His music has declined.
She was in Skyscrapers.
Nicole Smith.
Yeah, Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh yeah.
She was in that wonderful movie Skyscraper.
From the commercials. I love Pink.
Which Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I believe. Is actually
Nicole Smith. Are you starting more rumors?
No, they did like a remake. She did. She did. But no,
that gator did.
That gator did. Skyscraper is an amazing film. It's Skyscraper.
Skyscraper.
Oh yeah, Skyscraper. Anna Nicole Smith.
We get it.
It's an amazing film. It truly is a masterpiece.
It's like a bad B movie. She like really like is the cherry on the icing of like everything else that is shit. Like Anna Nicole Smith steals the cake.
It's like Anna Nicole, like Showgirls, but with Anna Nicole Smith in a way. Like it's an amazing film, and everyone should watch it and love it. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson like just did a remake of it.
Yes,
he's got one leg.
So I don't want to see that.
No, Anna did it better. But no, Kanye West when he did the Anna Nicole Smith
video.
I was unaware he did an Anna Nicole Smith video. I've never seen any of his. I've seen some of his videos, but I haven't seen as many because I lived without cable for years. Like I wasn't.
This is off Graduation.
Teddy bears.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like
I
some
think
teddy
it was
bear
his
stuff.
Teddy Bear album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
I'll
it
make
a
you
song
watch it.
or just is it the video?
I think the
Okay.
song is Workout.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
familiar with
she's in-
Workout.
yeah.
I was going to say, like, anyone, like, I feel like the true crime of, like, Kanye West, like, the Trump supporter thing is disappointing. The MAGA shit, that's disappointing. It's fine.
I'm just saying, you look at him as
he
a
can
person,
he can be as crazy as he wants as an artist. That's fine.
Yeah.
He can invest himself in his clothing company and then complain about how he's now poor and ask other people for money.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like, I think the true crime is, one, the quality of his music and, like, specifically his, like, lyrical quality has gone down. And, like, the other thing I was going to say is there are people, like, Kanye West has such a stigma about him, in effect, like, that, like, people, like, you'll mention him, like, like, oh, I was just, like, I have this song stuck in my head, you're, like, humming it, or, like, they hear you, like, playing it in the car. Yeah, people will kind of, like, give you, like, an, you know, like, I'm so over that, and it's like, well, that's fine, but if you're trying to deny this shit was hot when it was hot, and just pretend it's not hot now, like, you know, you're fooling yourself.
Right.
You can say whatever you want. That fucking shit's hot. Like, so, like, Kanye West in the heyday, that would have been a great fucking concert.
Yeah, like you said, it was a lot of fun. So, like, I've had some cool concert experiences.
Yeah.
You know.
But I was specifically asking crazy.
Well, and like I said, the
You're just trying to tell me how cool you are, Sam.
I
Yeah,
got
I
to
am.
see Kanye.
No, well, no. So the
And I
crazy
didn't
thing
pay
is,
for it. Yeah.
well, no, the crazy thing is Kanye was not the headliner.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about it is that I also ended up, because of, like, this was all because of the way that the
break schedule, like, worked out.
Right, I was able to see Kanye instead of the headliner, Matisyahu.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I would say.
Speaking
Nice.
of people of Jewish persuasions,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because we did cover that we are in fact Jews, Shelley and I.
An honorary.
I never quite got into Matisyahu.
Well, nobody did.
I've listened
My
to a
mom
lot
did.
of him. Yeah.
My mother did.
The reason that he was the headliner,
Yeah.
the reason he was the headliner is because it was a Saturday show and he can't play on the Sabbath, so he had to play after sundown
Oh.
for them to have him on.
Oh, man.
So he ended up like
By
forcing his
default.
way into the headliner position.
You know, you could just let me headline.
You know what? You know Kanye hated that shit. He was like, I'm the one who people make exceptions for.
Well,
Like,
well,
was that an okay Kanye?
I mean, you heard my Matisyahu.
But yeah, so with that in mind, so Kanye, like, he fucking blew it out.
Yeah.
So that's as crazy and as absurd as he has gotten. I
bet he came with that fire.
Oh my god, it was so good. Like I will always have that very fond Kanye memory.
And now he's with Kim Kardashian, which I really like it when you do that, like, got a great ass, that impression that you do.
Oh, well, actually, I'm doing Ralph Garman's impression of Al Pacino, which I just found out was from Heat because I rewatched it. I knew, for some reason, I thought it was from the movie where he pretends to be blind.
Scent of a Woman.
Yeah, I assumed it was from Scent of a Woman when I'd hear him do it on Hollywood Babylon. And I, just occasionally I'll just be like, she's got a great ass, and like, I was rewatching Heat the other day, and I was like, oh shit, it's the thing, like, and I was like, wow, that is such a strange moment in a movie, because it's actually Hank Azaria.
Yes. Yeah.
like, I don't even know why I fuck her, and she's like, cause she's got a great ass.
Well, yeah, he's talking about Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron, who in the movie is married to Val Kilmer.
What?
I always confuse him with the guy from that 70s show.
Topher Grace?
No, the other one.
Wilmer Valderrama?
Yeah, I always confuse the two of them. So every time I hear
Wilmer
Val
Valderrama is that show where they run a delivery company, and it's like the orange-haired guy and the one-eyed chick and Valder Valderrama.
No, that's Simpsons too.
Oh, Simpsons too. Thank
Yeah.
God you cleared that up for me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we just.
I think we're burnt out.
Of weed.
Oh,
yeah, I'm after burnt. thank you for joining us on our bonus content. And if you have feelings on anything we've discussed,
whatever.
fucking why not share it with us?
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Board and Bait.
Good night, Eric.
I feel like women at the Preakness probably also shop at Wegmans. You know, just that douchebaggery.